About this video, it composed of 2 parts. Second part is the fight highlight. YouTube chapter functions will be available when this video is posted. Viewers is able to skip a specific topic easily. If you find this video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps me bring you quality martial arts content every week. Stay tuned for upcoming tournament highlights.
UFC Fight Night. Medić vs. Rodriguez, also known as UFC Fight Night 283, is a mixed martial arts event produced by the Ultimate Fighting Championship that is scheduled to take place on August 1, 2026, at the Belgrade Arena in Belgrade, Serbia. There is total 6 matches in the main card. There is total 8 matches in the preliminary card. Commentators are John Anik, Paul Felder and Michael Bisping.
Noah Gugnon wore white trunk and blue gloves. Miloš Janičić wore black trunk and red gloves. Referee is Jason Herzog. Tale of the tape. Fight statistic of both fighters are similar, with identical reach. Once round 1 starts, Noah fires a low kick and land. Miloš gave lot of looks to Noah. He switches stand constantly. His stand is square and resembled traditional martial arts like Kyokushin karate. It turns out that Miloš Janičić's lead leg is injured. He tried to shake it off. Gugnon smells it. Miloš falls after Gugnon fire another low kick. Noah capitalizes the opportunity and pour punches and get a full mount. Noah get his back and body lock. He tried to submit Miloš by rear naked choke. Miloš taps. Final result: Noah Gugnon won by submission rear naked choke in round 1-0-1-21. Fighters detail, Sportsbooks review and news. Noah Gugnon is from France. Miloš Janičić is from Serbia and he is born in Yugoslavia. Fight odds of various sportsbooks favors Noah Gugnon. Final result aligns with the sportsbooks. Gilbert Urbina wore white trunk and blue gloves. Vlasto Čepo wore blue trunk and red gloves. Referee is Mark Goddard. Tale of the tape. Fight statistic of both fighters are similar. Gilbert Urbina has 2 inches of reach advantage. Gilbert Urbina looks bigger, lanky and rangy. Vlasto takes the center and pressure Gilbert. He fires punches recklessly and his central line is wide open. Gilbert reply with a middle elbow. Gilbert fired a left jab and dropped Vlasto. Gilbert follow up with ground and pound plus elbow. Gilbert fires several short elbows, all lands on the face or forehead of Vlasto. Then once Vlasto got loosen up his guard, Gilbert follow up with big elbows. Referee stops the fight. Final result: Gilbert Urbina won by TKO in round 1-0-1-0-1. Fighters detail, Sportsbooks review and news. Gilbert Urbina is from United States. Vlasto Čepo is from Serbia. Tattoo of Vlasto Čepo have a good match with the Cutman. Probably both of them are from Serbia. Fight odds of various sportsbooks heavily favors Vlasto Čepo. The heavy favorite loses the game to a clear underdog. Robert Valentin wore black trunk and blue gloves. Duško Todorović wore red trunk and red gloves. Referee is Jacob Montalva. Tale of the tape. Robert Valentin has 3 inches reach advantage. Robert Valentin fire a nice front push kick and Duško falls down. Robert tried to guillotine Duško when they are upright. They both fall downs afterwards. Robert has a very strong base, possibly due to judo background. Duško reversed the situation and get on top of Robert. Robert tried to guillotine Duško. Robert is in half guard. Duško, instead of seeking escape, he apply a counter guillotine choke from the top position, reaching around the Robert's neck with his arm to apply pressure back. Duško deploys a variation of loop choke. As you can see, he consciously used the shoulder in exerting downward pressure. Motion is subtle. You can see it frame by frame. Duško is able to move his humeral head independently, relative to scapula or glenoid socket. Please find a short video clip of Nogi loop choke. Instructor, apply the loop choke from bottom position instead. He hold opponents by his palm and apply the pressure through moving his forearm or elbow. It turns into a standoff. Both fighters cannot finish their submission, even they both try hard. Robert reverse it and posture up. Robert exert large top pressure constantly. Robert get Duško's back. Their position is constantly changing. Duško finally get up, but Robert high elbow guillotine him right away. They fall together again. It is nasty. Duško tab. Final result. Robert Valentin won by submission guillotine choke in round 1-0-4-14. Fighters detail, sportsbooks review and news. Robert Valentin is from Switzerland. Duško Todorović is from Serbia. Fight odds of various sportsbooks favors Robert Valentin. Winner mirrors the market favorite.
I make all these videos solo, so your likes, comments and watch time mean everything to me. If you'd like to see more, subscribing is the absolute best way to support the channel and help the algorithm spread the word.
Marcin Tybura wore black trunk and blue gloves. Aleksandar Rakić wore red trunk and red gloves. Referee is Kerry Hutley. Tail of the tape. Marcin Tybura has a weight advantage of 17 pounds. There is speed difference among both fighters. Marcin is more static. Rakić rapid fire lot of punches in close range. It is rarely seen in heavyweight match. Tybura dodged the punch and pivot well. However, he is unable to close the distance and counter-strike due to speed difference. Boxing skill of Marcin is good. Tybura start landing. Rakić becomes more conservative. Rakić land a nice head kick at the end of round 1, set up by a left punch. Tybura try to fight back. Rakić is so fast and move out of range once he lands his attack. Tybura is more proactive in round 2 and try to move forward constantly. There is not much significant strikes, though both fighters are busy. Tybura charge forward, clinch Rakić and land a knee. Rakić want to maintain distance and pick his shot. Pace slows down a lot. Statistic aligns with the observation. Volume of punches decrease for both fighters in round 2. Rakić does not want to engage with Tybura in close distance. Tybura has no viable solution. Rakić corner advise him that he will lose the fight if he does not land more punches and active, as second round does not look good. They grapple each other nearby the fence. Rakić land a nice elbow. Tybura is unable to disengage from Rakić. They grind each other nearby the fence over 3 minutes. Referee has asked for some action. Rakić aims for decision victory. Referees separate both fighters as Rakić grab the cage. The bell rings and they go to distance. Final result. Aleksandar Rakić won by unanimous decision. Fighters detail, sportsbooks review and news. Marcin Tybura is from Poland. Aleksandar Rakić is from Serbia. Fight odds of various sportsbooks heavily favors Aleksandar Rakić. Aleksandar Rakić won, but not by the number of points the sportsbook set. Navajo Stirling wore black trunk and blue gloves. Jan Błachowicz wore red trunk and red gloves. Referee is Mark Goddard. Tail of the tape. Navajo Stirling has significant advantage in age. Jan Błachowicz is 43 years old. Both fighters stay in pocket when round 1 begins. Stirling slips and Błachowicz hold him on the ground, and Stirling is able to right back up to his feet. In middle of round 1, Stirling charge in and land a big right hand. Błachowicz's leg is wobbled and fall afterwards. Stirling rains punches and elbow right away. Stirling posture up and fire more punches as Błachowicz show no sign of defending himself. He cover his head only. Referee intervene and stop the fight. Final result. Navajo Stirling won by TKO in round 1-2, 56. Fighters detail, sportsbooks review and news. Jan Błachowicz is from Poland. Navajo Sterling is from New Zealand. Fight odds of various sportsbooks favors Navajo Sterling. Result mirrors the market favorite. Daniel Rodriguez wore black trunk and blue gloves. Uroš Medić wore red trunk and red gloves. Referee is Jason Herzog. Tail of the tape. Daniel Rodriguez has a 3 inches reach advantage. Uroš start with a low kick. Daniel Rodriguez reply with low kick and Uroš slips and fall. Uroš explode, it lower his right hand and actually he fire a big overhand left. He then fire another right hand and follow up with a left hand, which land on Daniel's neck. Daniel cover himself, Uroš ground and pound, Daniel turtle up and have no sign of defending himself. Jason Herzog jump in and stop the fight. Final result: Uroš Medić won by TKO in round 1 × 0:30. Fighters detail, sportsbooks review and news. Uroš Medić is from Serbia. Daniel Rodriguez is from United States. Before the fight, Uroš Medić and Daniel Rodriguez ranks 14 and 15, respectively, in welterweight rankings. Fight odds of various sportsbooks heavily favors Uroš Medić. Final result is in full consensus with the sportsbook's closing line.
I hope you guys like this summary. Please subscribe, share and comment. Please hit the notification bell. Thanks for your watching.